don't be scared. This is actually a control burn. Now I'm going to step out of the way here, and you can see right now as the fire has taken hold and has really shot up, there is smoke billowing out throughout the whole city right now, but the firefighters have this under control. They've raised her from when she's a fawn, and she's so tame she'll eat right out of your hand. From what is left, you can see the power of the flames and the devastation that it's left behind. You can see on my hands right here the soot that is covering the area, and as you can see, it's really dried out and causes a fire danger. They do have that suspect on scene, so there is no threat to the neighborhood. However, the victim in this case was taken to the hospital with serious and possibly life-threatening conditions. Right now, they've actually blocked off one lane. President Trump just surprised the crowd when he announced that he's going to renegotiate NAFTA. St. Patrick's Day, the one day everyone gets to be Irish. We'll show you how one bar is serving up a good time, wondering where all these big metal animals such as a horse or elephant are coming from. But why worry about that when you've got all these 6-foot chickens hanging around? It's not often that they allow people as close as we are right now. They're even going to give us a tour. Let me show you where they're going to do all this work. Over here in the corner is where they're going to put a new engine. One of the things they've already done, as you can see right here, that the fire alarm here does not have a pull station. A little bit of puppy power tonight. We'll tell you how one animal shelter, they look and sound alike, but they have many different traits.
So I'm personally shaken, by the loss of some friends. One of them was a supervisor of mine, someone I considered a good friend.
Don French is moved to tears by thoughts of his coworkers who were killed by a whirlwind of silver when a gray pickup truck drove straight through the front door of the Walmart in Pella, killing 3 people and injuring another.
It had obviously taken out the concrete barriers that are supposed to protect the front entrance.
French, who works at the store, saw it all go down.
2 of the victims were co-workers and friends of mine, so I'm obviously also a little personally shaken.
It doesn't appear that this is an intentional act, and I know that's what people are probably wondering.
For French, that won't bring back the new coworker he lost or the supervisor he's worked with side by side over the last 2 years.
We're a small town, we're a small community, and we're a family here. We'll come together and we'll get through this, because what else do you do?
The Iowa State Patrol, who are investigating the incident, say they are still searching for answers as to why the driver drove the truck into the location. That individual, a man in his mid-60s, is currently recovering at Pella Regional Hospital.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Hi.
Carol Anderson never thought she'd have Kevin Bacon in her arms.
I'm falling in love. I'm not going to lie. Not going to lie. He is a cutie.
In early January, local residents saw Kevin running around the streets of Ottumwa and posted it on Facebook.
A group of people found him and picked him up, brought him here to the shelter.
The Heartland Humane Society had never had a pot-bellied pig before, so there were some growing pains.
Oh, yes. You're the boss, we know.
Especially with Kevin's distinct personality.
He loves going after Doritos. They can't have salt, so I had to keep my Don't Starve to Death bag away from him. He loves ankles. I always say that he's like a 1920s man stuck in a pig's body, because you show him an ankle and he's all over you.
If you don't pay much attention to him, he will nibble/bite your toes.
Ottumwa City Code says pigs, even domesticated ones, cannot be kept on a homeowner's property within the city limits.
We looked for somebody who has a safe enclosure, land. We wanted to make sure that the person who was adopting the pig did have knowledge about pigs.
This one, well, he's just looking for a good owner and a new home. And it looks like he's found it.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Hi. I loved what they called him Kevin Bacon. Come on, Kevin, let's go for a walk.
Kevin Bacon's off to his new home on the Andersons' farm. Hopefully, the family will have enough ankles to keep him busy. Jefferson Tyler, KYOU, Fox News. Caution, some of the video that you're about to watch could be considered disturbing by some viewers.
When I initially saw it, it was I just couldn't believe what I'd seen.
When Jennifer Christopher came into work, she could not believe what was on her business's security camera footage from the evening of March 6th.
You see the bike coming down Richmond, and then you see a dark-colored SUV come behind her, and it almost looks like they swerve over to hit her, and they just continue on going. Don't even hit their brakes. It was a pretty dramatic video, and I didn't know who it was.
She immediately turned the video over to the Ottumwa police and set out on a journey of her own to find the driver who hit the cyclist.
Oh, I think it's disgusting. Like, I'm on a mission to help find whoever did this. Like, they need to be held accountable for it.
A contact put her in touch with the person who was hit.
They took her to Ottumwa Regional, and then they sent her out. They life-flighted her to Iowa City, and that's where she remains. She's got a long road of recovery ahead, but the good news is she's gonna survive.
The victim of the accident, a woman in her early 30s who was running a simple errand at the time.
She was returning some movies to Family Video. She just lives down the road, and it had been storming. And she didn't really want to venture out, but she didn't want the late fees on her movies either. So she jumped on her bike to get them back to the movie store.
Christopher is not sure if her video will help the police find the SUV driver who hit the cyclist, but she hopes the footage will impact those who see it and inspire them to help her find the mystery driver and bring him to justice.
Some of my friends, like, they ride their bike with their kids, like, and this is just a huge eye-opener. That something like this could happen and the person not even stop.
You can see they still have 2 lanes of jet wing blocked off. I'm going to replay, if I can possibly, the accident right here. We'll show you right over here. From what the police have told us, the car tried to take the turn and flipped around and came back backwards here, hit the curb, and then started rolling till he hit the house.